it's kind of ironic with Chase. I think he owns that trophy because every time we've been fortunate enough to win, he grabs it. He's the first guy to grab it, him and Tyler. But when you think about hometown guys that have been in the program, they know what this game's about. They've done a great job of educating our guys as well. I tip my hat to Arizona. I think Coach is really doing a nice job. I told him, I said, you're building a program and your kids play hard. You know, it's just that's the process of it. And they're going in the right direction. There's no doubt about that. First half was a half of, just kind of methodically trying to move the ball. Glad we scored some points early. That always helps. And I thought the second half, we got things going offensively a little bit more, and then the defense got some big turnovers. And we've been fortunate in this game, I think. As I reflect back, we've always had the ability to get some turnovers in this game. We've always been able to take the ball away. And that's kind of how our defense is built. We're taking the ball away and not giving it to the opponent. And when we can run the football, we're a pretty good football team. And that really helped us tonight. So I'm really happy for the coaching staff, and all the players. They've been through a lot this year. Got to 8 wins. Now we're going to be presented the opportunity to go to a bowl game, which I think everyone's excited about. And we got some time off now. And players will come in tomorrow, get a little time next week, and then we'll figure out what bowl game we're going to have the privilege to play in, and we'll be excited. We will definitely be excited.
Jacob Rudner, Sun Devil Source. Herm, to be able to finish the regular season with a win like this, what does that mean for this team, considering the things, like you said, you guys have gone through a lot, to just to be able to cap it off that way?
Well, I think we'll all reflect on the season and look back, and we played some bad quarters of games, and that gets you. We played some bad halves or quarters of games, and I was already thinking about that today. When I walked through the tunnel, knowing this is going to be my last game this year in that stadium. Said we did some things that we got to learn from, and I'm hoping we will. That's going to be the emphasis going into spring football, and then obviously when we get to participate in practices starting next week. But I think if we can improve some things, it'll give us a better chance.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Cameron Cox, 12 News here in Phoenix. Chase just told us that Ray Anderson told the team that you were going to be the coach moving forward. I guess, what did that mean to hear that from Ray, and where do you think the future is for this program?
Well, I had no plans on leaving. So I think that was nice of Ray and Dr. Crow, obviously, to both be in there and to show the support of what we're trying to do here. And it's always nice when your players react the way they reacted. You feel like that they appreciate the things that we're trying to accomplish here and the way we do things here. So that was nice of both those men to say that.
Coach, obviously, congrats on the win. When you look at, obviously, Darian and Merlin being out, but just, I know it's next man up and it's a unit, but what Kyle meant, obviously, to the linebackers today and his leadership.
The Soley twins, how about that? Both of them playing and starting. That was really unique. Eric Gentry was in there as well. Gamage, the free safety, is a walk-on guy. He's had to start because our first safety's out, Evan, and his backup's out. And so I told him, I said, hey, you did a great job. In a game like this, and he's from Arizona, so he knows all about this thing. And for him to actually get to start in this game, I mean, good for him, right? And I thought those young guys played well. The Solar guys did a nice job. Eric did a nice job. And, we've dealt with that all year at certain positions. There's been guys in and out, and that's just what you do. The next guy has to get up. And I think what happens is those guys play, they gain more experience and confidence. And that's the whole thing about playing football or any sport, just having confidence and actually getting to play. And Gavin's to play in this game, to be the starter, I mean, it's like, kudos to him. He did a nice job. Almost got a pick. I was hoping for him. I said, not only does he start, if he gets a pick, So he's probably going to take the ball home and everything, right? But he did a nice job back there for us.
Greg Moore, Arizona Republic coach. Congratulations on
Thank
winning.
you.
You know, from Tyler to Chase, you got a lot of Arizona guys, right? This rivalry is a big win. What does it mean for you to get that win for them, and then also to be 4-0 in your career in this game?
Well, when you first arrive here, when you become the head coach, it's amazing how many people talk about this game. And they give you the history of it. All week we had different former players talk to our team. I was told by Tim Healy, our radio guy, that no team has won 4 in a row, ever. Coach, right? And it's not me. He said me. I said, no, it's not me. It's the football players and the players. So I think, when you think about that, you go, wow, this game's been played a long time, right? And to win 4 of them, we've been fortunate. We've been on the good side of it thus far. I haven't been on that other side. And I'm happy for our players. I'm happy for the staff because this is about those guys. I just happen to be the head coach, but it's about them other people that are helping do this. It's unique.
Michael, go ahead.
And then, Coach, obviously Jack's pick 6 was great.
Yeah.
I know you
There
always
was 2
talk about,
penalties that went along with it.
yeah, the emotion and the passion. Did you say anything to him about launching the ball?
I
in the
said,
stands?
I'll get you later. I'll get you later. Right now, I'm going to leave you alone because there's 7 minutes left in the game, but I'll get you later. And that's the thing, our team, this is kind of ironic. And we've talked about it all year. I think the thing that I look at is that 45% of our fouls are non-competitive fouls. 45%. False start, offsides, delay a game, 2 men on the field. 45%. That's not playing. That's not competitive. The ball's not hype. So we got to clean that up. I mean, that has to be cleaned up, right? And then you're back at 60 penalties in 12 games, and you're going, okay, we're, emotional fouls going into this game. We only had 7. 7. That's all, just 7. And we got a couple tonight. But look, in this game, if you're a head coach, you chalk off 3 before the game starts. Because it's going to happen. And you say it all week, and you tell them, I'm on the sideline hollering at them, hey, man, don't do it. Or at halftime, don't do it. And then Jack doesn't only do it. I mean, he really does it. I mean, I said, if you throw that in the stands in the NFL, that costs you money. And you don't have any money. You're broke. So stop doing that. But, he makes a great play, and he had a great game. But it just, he can go, and Chase as well. They get to that point, and then they kind of go over, and then they look at me with the puppy dog eyes and say, Coach, I'm sorry. I said, I had a bunch of sorries tonight from some guys, right? And I said, just don't do it. But it's just, I'm not mad at them. I mean, I love them. I'm not mad at them, but we got to clean it up. There's no doubt about that.
Herm, just you mentioned that you had no intentions of stepping down, but just with the NCAA investigation, did you consider retirement at all?
No, I don't know where we got that from. No. I told Mark a long time ago when I took this job, there's an elevator you can go up where I go, but I go to the back stairs, and I said, the day that I don't have the energy to walk up those stairs, I'm going to walk back down, and I'm done. I'll walk again tonight. No, I'm not. I'm the coach. I'm going to be the coach. And starting Monday, our coaches are going out on the road, and I'm going to sit in the film room, start at 8 o'clock, and this thing called the portal. I'm going to sit in there, and I'm watching tape now for the next week on all the portal players. And there'll be a bunch of them in there. And we're going to get some players out of the portal, too. So that's my objective, Monday morning. I'm locked in at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm watching tape on all the portal guys. And I've got a list of them. I got about a list of about 30 guys right now. So that's where I'm at.
And just one other thing, it's been such a up and down regular season. Just how would you describe just what you guys have gone through this season?
I think they've handled it really well, our players and our staff. I really do. I just think they handled it well. We never questioned what we were trying to accomplish. And it's a shame that we fell short in some quarters and some halves and some football games. It really is. But we did, and we got to live with it. And hopefully that'll fuel us and make us a better football team going forward.
Coach Gabe Swartz, Devil's Digest. When Jack was asked about his pick six, the first thing he did was actually thank the administrators and thank you for bringing him on. Can you just explain the process of what Jack Jones has gone through at ASU and what it means to you that he's kind of stuck it out?
It started before ASU. It's just if you know Jack Jones and you knew how he grew up, he's been through a lot, like a lot. And to get in here, and it had to have Dr. Cole's blessings for him to be involved in this, along with Ray. And he's walked this path. And then look, a couple games, he didn't start the first quarter. He's late, right? He's been through a lot. But the thing about Jack, when you give him punishment, he takes it, and he doesn't argue about it. He's disappointed, and then he kind of keeps going. Tonight was a prime example of that. He's in pretty good coverage on the guy, and the guy jumps up and catches the ball, and he's kind of like he comes to the sideline after the series, and he looks at me and I say, "Hey Jack, I need you now. Don't go that way. I need you." And then he messes around and he's supposed to go on a blitz, and he doesn't go, and AP pulls him out. And so now his job is really down. So I got to go over there and rub his neck and tell him, "Man, you're going to be fine. Don't worry about it." And sat him on the bench for a series or two. And then next thing I know, he intercepted the ball and he's running by me. And I'm going, "That's him. He can just, and then, but I didn't see what happened at the other end. The official walked up to me and said, "He got a penalty." I said, "For what?" And he said, and then he said, "No, coach, he got two." I said, "How can you get two?" He said, "He got two." I said, "No, you can't get two." He said, "Yeah, he got two." He's doing the ball was in his, oh boy, Jack Jones. So all you do is go, Jack Jones, right? Great play. Turned the game around. I mean, that was really the turning point of the game, in my opinion.
Coach Jonah Krell, WCSN. You talk a lot about the passing game. In Jayden's third quarter with that back shoulder throw to Ricky, and then on the touchdown run, Jayden said it was off a broken play. So just how impressed were you with his play?
Well, one thing about Jayden, and we've talked about it, I told him every game you got to make 4 first downs for me. Unannounced. Not designed plays. Where it breaks down somewhere, you got to go. And I said, when you go, you always make sure you will start weaving. Wherever you go, you get to them sidelines eventually. Know when the journey's over. And then he's starting to come to the sideline. I'm going, he's good. And then all of a sudden, he turns back up in there and he gets a block and runs for a touchdown. But it's amazing how he has vision to run. He has really good running skills. And he's a long strider. Doesn't look like he's covering ground. He's covering a lot of ground when he runs. But he hit some passes tonight. I wish Tutu would have caught his. That would have been a big play. But we got a lot of work still to do. But he needed to play good for us to win, and I told him that. So you got to play good tonight. So this is your night. We talked about it walking because we always leave the locker room together down the tunnel. And he said, "I got it, coach." And he did. He did a nice job. He didn't turn the ball over. He ran the ball. We hit some passes, and they did a nice job. They really did.
Chris Carbon, son of a source. Herm, relative to the potential of your team, what grade would you give?
Oh, no, I don't do grades. I'll let you guys grade. You guys can grade. You guys do potential. I don't get
Without
into
a grade, how would you sort of then sum up your thoughts about this season?
About the season?
Yeah.
It's disappointing in the fact that I thought we had the ability to win a couple more games, and we didn't. When you look at the season, we let a few get away from us. Utah being one of them. That was a game. But I think the thing I look at too is just how it got away from us, right? And can we do some things? Or was that team a better team that night? Those are the things I think when you look at tape, you have to look at, and we will. We'll look at that. Everyone knows that the Pac-12 conference is the Pac-12 conference, and it's a battle. And that's what I love about the conference. You got nine potential games, and how many can you win out of those 9? I think the closer you get to getting the 9 number, the better you have a chance of winning your conference. And we fell a little short this year.
Just to follow up, in light of you feeling that way, how do you and your staff sort of, your conversations about the season and how you view it?
Well, we'll talk about it, and we'll talk about why these halves came about, and what was it, and how do we go forward. There's a couple of them in my mind. I think right now the Washington State game, and that's just turn the ball over. You can't do that. I mean, that's a simple one, But there were times in games where we didn't score, and that was bothersome. Where we didn't put any points on the board, right? And then we came back on a few of them, but in other times we didn't, and that's puzzling. It's like why did it break down? That's the meat of it when you look at it. Why against Utah we scored 21 points, and in the second half what happened? And you can look at tape and say, well, this happened, that happened, but I think at the end those are the things you got to analyze, because we can't allow that to happen. We don't score any points. Right?
Hey, Coach. Nick Elsner, WCSN. Congrats on the win. And tonight, the atmosphere in Sun Devil Stadium was one of the best we've seen it all season. How does that make you and the program feel, especially in a tonight with the game as special and as much on the line as this one?
Well, you can anticipate that in this game. I've been fortunate to be in 4 of them now. One of them was COVID. This is the second one we played here. But we have a fantastic fan base. And this is the game that's kind of the game. And you get it when you've been here. And you understand it. And when you hear the former players talk about it, and fans talk about it, right, it's interesting. There's a lot of history. They can tell you going back to 10 years ago, 20 years ago, depending on who you're talking to tell you about games like this. And as I said, we've been fortunate. We've been on the good side of it thus far. 4 years, we've been on the good side of it. And that's it's hard to do when you listen to everybody talk, right? Hard to do.
Coach, I got 2 for you real quick.
Yes, sir.
Played DB a long time. You ever seen 2 penalties like that on a player? Did you ever get 2 like that?
No, I got. I didn't get a lot, but I had one. I had a couple. Yeah,
And then second, what's your message to fans on the direction of the program now that you're sticking around? And I mean, where do you see this program going now moving forward?
We're continuing to build, and that's what we've been trying to do. And that's the great thing about it, when you have an opportunity to build it. And it's been a process. It's been 3.5 years, basically. The COVID year, you can count it as you want. I don't know if that was a whole year or not, 4 games. We've been here 3.5 years, and we continue to try to get better. This is the first year that I've actually won 8 games in the regular season, and the team has won 8. Now we have an opportunity to maybe win 9, and that's always a good thing. And go to a bowl. We've been to some bowl games, not the one that we'd like to be in. We want to get in that championship game. We want to play in the Pac-12 South. We want to win the Pac-12 South. That's we want to do that. That's one of our goals. That was always our goal, and we fell a little short. We beat everybody in our conference except for the team that won it, Utah. So we got to get better.